Are there questions anybody has? Dan.
This is a fascinating presentation. Thank you to each of you. I understand the economic model by which, Gary, your excellent work is done, and that we are paying for it, and that's a good use of our taxpayer money. How, though, does the music website, how does the C-Click Fix, how does it pay your salary? Because I assume that you can only do some of your time for charity.
Oh, I get it. No, we do the conventional advertising to generate income. We also, part of the, as I said earlier, I don't like to call myself a label, I don't like that title, but we do share a role in merchandising that a artist is, t-shirts, anything from t-shirts to mugshots or whatever. And by the way, there's another secondary end to what we do. There are sites that are just set up, or printing companies that are set up where you can sign up and just do t-shirts with them or whatever it is, and you sell by order. So if an artist goes to, he goes to an event and he has maybe 50 individuals looking for something, that's what he needs to buy. We then become part of connecting that to the artist, and we take a fee out of that. There's different ways for us to generate funds with them.
We have two main revenue streams. One is through the media. So we work with media companies like New Haven Independent, and where our information gets placed on the media side, and we do ad revenue from that and on our site. And then the other revenue stream is working with city governments. So City of New Haven is a great example. They've opened up their system and work with us for us to push our information into the City of New Haven's system, and we make revenue off of that.
I just want to follow up on that. So I understand correctly, some governments choose to work with you and some don't. The ones that do, they pay you to help use the information they get, or use the information you get to direct it to them? What are they paying for?
Yeah, so it's many different levels of service, but very few cities actually choose not to use our service. We have free tools that they can use to receive the reports and to pull in the information.
And they had you guys down to talk to the cops. How do you use this on your BlackBerry? They finally gave the cops BlackBerries in New Haven, or the district managers, and they follow around. They have an app for C-Click Fix. They're automatically notified what's happening in the neighborhood. Is that what you're talking about? You get paid to help teach them to do that?
No, not that specifically. So one of the ways we make money with cities is the cities like to have custom mobile applications. Like they want a City of New Haven iPhone app. And so we will build that for them.
Gotcha.
And they want their own branding and their own system that helps them manage the issues, and we build those tools for them.
What's interesting about that, too, is that governments often aren't as good as the entrepreneurs at making that happen. New Haven experimented with a system like this before C-Click Fix started, and it never worked. And I think to their credit, the mayor and the people working for them said, hey, this works better, let's just use this.
Right, it's a scale thing. So we want to be all over the world, and our scale helps us do it economically.
And they did get venture financing, just so you know. Donna.
Yeah, I'm like a lot of people of my generation. I joined Facebook so I could see my daughter's pictures, and vowed and still haven't posted anything. But as people have befriended me over time, at first I would refuse it, but then some nice people here, okay. Well, now I find it sucks up a lot of my time already, and I've been very resistant. I can't imagine the kids, or the younger generation people, or even more technologically savvy people, my generation, how they have any time left to do anything. Because if you're listening to you as one politician, and you're on Obama, you're on this, all you have is time to read it. You can't go into your computer. I have an iPhone. I see it. Just sucks. It sucks up your life.
And it does. I must concur with you on that 100. It does take a lot of time. I mean, for myself, if I don't push away from my Facebook. But as Gary, I believe it was, who expressed that it has, there's a way to use it where you tell yourself, you don't even plan it. It's just like you just tell yourself, 10 a.m. I'm doing a check, I'm going to do a sell. And it becomes part of your life, part of your routine. Plus, as Paul asked when I was speaking about the communication, he spoke about the grammar, the misspelling. Like, things become so short that the word later, for example, is LAAR, so those all together, which is LA8R, and that's later. So you see all of this, and you're just like, and it becomes so natural, your time start going by on there.
The younger generation
Yes.
who was raised with this.
Yes.
This is just the beginning.
Right.
So what's going to happen in the future? Actually, our son turned off, shockingly, turned off his email and his iPhone and his cell phone and everything for 2 weeks, and sort of took a retreat from it, which I thought was really weird for a 20-year-old kid.
Right.
And I don't think many kids are doing that, but he said he just thought that it just, makes you schizophrenic, and most kids aren't turning it off, and what's going to happen to the world?
There recently was a comedian / reporter in New York City who is the same guy who visited all the Starbucks in New York City. 2 weeks ago, he went a week, 5 days, where he slept in his bathtub, and he shut off, what do you call it, unplugged. But at the end of the day, after the 5 days, he realized there is an addiction there. That as soon as the 5 days was up, he was back to it. It's part of our life.
There is always Shabbos.